Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Grow Podcast. I'm your host, Kylan, with GoodWorksPro, and we have the marvelous
Yolanda Williams.
Thank you,
But of course.
thank you for inviting me to your home so we can, do this part 2 to the podcast. So,
Yes.
First and foremost, I want to appreciate you and to the Black women out there that does everything and the most for raising the kids, raising people like myself, and everything that you all do.
Absolutely.
So, I want to first say that.
Welcome to my home.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Nice to
Humble
have this conversation. I figured we kind of like loosen it up a little bit.
Yes.
You know, like a little vibe.
I like the vibe.
So,
but since we got a vibe, can we have a toast?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes. Since we have some complimentary champagne.
It was Chardonnay. Not champagne. It was Chardonnay.
Chardonnay?
Chateau Saint Michelle. Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So let's have a toast to the Grow Podcast, where you want to grow financially, spiritually, in business, just in your mental health, just how you can grow in overall aspects. So I want to have a Grow toast to you.
All right, toast.
Awesome. I can take a 2 sip.
You like the champagne? I mean,
The Chateau. All right.
oh, shut up.
Yeah, I gotta stop.
All right.
So first thing I want to talk about, we want to go back into the part 1. In the part 1 of the podcast, I had Are You Toxic? So I kind of want to have a part 2 with you, Yolanda, and just kind of get your little breakdown. Or are you toxic? Or am I toxic is the first question. So what is toxic to you? And what does that look like?
All right.
Let me say in a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Let's say the gender roles, let's get into that.
So no, I'm not toxic. Okay.
Awesome.
And I have been toxic before. And like I always say, it's about the self-work that you have within yourself. I think a toxic person is somebody that's very selfish, that only looks out for themselves and don't care at what cost. And that's the difference. I think for me, it's been a journey, a growing process into coming out of that toxic kind of person.
Okay. So for myself, since you described your toxic, what we discussed previously, we said something similar. Any person that kind of maliciously, have an ill intent, like they have the intent to harm any type of person, is toxic, and we got like a general statement of that. So I had my share of toxic. I had a share of toxic in the workplace, from generational curses. Also, I used to toxic parenting, things like that people don't want to talk about. So I experienced a lot of that, So first I want to talk about, since you're a woman in corporate business, kind of give your bio and kind of give the people a little bit about yourself, and before we get into women in the workplace, how toxic, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh. So I believe I was predestined a long time ago to go in the field of business.
Wow.
I was given God-given talent from my mother, God rest her soul.
Yes.
Shout out to Laura.
It's Laura. Shout out.
I was given by her the talent to be able to talk to anybody, to be able to walk in any room. I can walk at the Gary. Shout out to Marvis at Eddie's restaurant in Hollywood. I can go into the Gary, all right, or I can go to a gala. It don't matter, darling. I know how to talk to people. It doesn't matter their background. I don't care about that. Cool. What kind of person are you?
Exactly.
So I say all that to say, I decided to go into business. Awesome. And actually, I've loved it, and I've actually went into marketing and branding.
Marketing. Good works.
Yes. So, but yeah, so awesome. That's just my background with business. So I've seen things from a total black crew I've had to where the minorities was actually white people. I had 2 white people on my staff, and then I had a all white, and I'm the first black director.
Right.
scary, you know, tested
situation.
every angle. Oh my God.
That's difficult.
In every way. It was very, 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 very toxic, the environment, because they were not used to seeing, oh my God, who is this?
Yeah, who is this? And then your name too. You know, they see hey, we have a new staff member. Yolanda. They thinking
what in the world?
Black and loud, you know, from stereotypes and things like that. So
you know, that they have their stereotypes. I think everybody brings to the table, especially when it comes to like racism.
Correct.
Different people bring to the table their upbringing. Okay, and you don't know to break that generational curse until you actually say, I want to be different. I want to do something different, because I'm actually meeting these people and they're nice people.
And they're nice. And see, and I'm gonna take a drink to that, because I'm gonna take a drink to that because a grow toast. I want to take a grow toast because a thing that people don't talk about is generational curses. You know, between the ages of 25 to 45, people are still dealing with generational curses that they just now finding out, parents, or, you know, just now finding out things that they didn't know about the family, or, you know, or just coming out of, you know, abuse or things like that. They just now speaking about. So all that generational curses also bring in toxicity that brings into the workplace, bring into the relationships. And ultimate. So we want to break that. So they're gonna take a grow toast. Yeah,
breaking generational curse breakers. Absolutely.
All right. Man, that's good. So I want to say this: I see that you've been a business lady for quite some time. You know, you're above the age of 25, so you're making things work and you're making things happen. For myself, I never discussed this, but I always been like in business. My dad he was a military guy, but kind of worked in his own business, starting in the snow cone stand and a car wash, to an oil exchange, and to, you know, to going to a tree business, to going to general contracting where he was, you know, working on houses. So all my life I worked in making the snow cones in the car wash, to washing the cars, into every business I worked in. So I've been working since, you know, before the age that we could work, but I did some working and things like that, and then all my family, especially on my dad's side, have their own entrepreneurial spirits. So no one works for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to even look at, you know, other people and be like, dang, how can you live like that? You know, or how can you do that? But I understand, you know, we want the benefits and things like that, but they avoided the toxic environment and generational curses they had by working for themselves. You know, some of them are successful, some of them are successful, but not as successful. But
it's pros and cons to everything.
Pros and cons. So speaking of that, getting away from the toxic workplace. For women, like, what are some toxic things that you all identify when you see relationships? So you see them guys coming, you know, hitting the DMs and all that kind of stuff. Like, how do you?
Red flag.
Yeah, what is a red flag? Toxic. I need to understand that, because everybody say the one that's like, you know, I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna let you give your spiel.
What? What
get your spiel. I ain't gonna say. Okay, you give me your spiel.
Yeah.
On the woman's perspective.
Okay.
You know, what are the big red flags of toxic? I just want big 3, so men can grow from this. Because some of y'all need to stop. Y'all wonder why y'all are not getting the text back or no message back, is because you coming with them red flags. You need a green. Okay, come on.
Okay. I'm sorry. Off top. Okay. I'm sure there's some very good ones out there that I can't think of.
Numero uno.
Number 1. Oh, man, you remind me of my mama, man.
The Mama Sorry.
Wait, what?
No, the Mama Sorry story.
Oh, my God. I remind you of your mama?
That's
kind of very...
You gonna lay down with your mama, bro?
Disgusting. Yeah. It's probably... it's really disgusting, and no woman wants to know that she like your mama.
Yeah, because your mama's supposed to be older.
Your mama. Baby, I'm not gonna love you like your mama love you.
So late.
You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You gotta go. Mama gotta put up with it. I won't.
Yeah, you right about that, though.
I won't. I will not.
No tolerate.
Okay.
Number 2. But number 2 though.
I digress.
Number 2. The second thing that is a toxic trait that you can see off bat, you know, as a woman, that you all
Not having purpose.
Not having purpose. Aimless,
it's a little
goals.
Deeper. Yes, just aimless goals.
Floaters.
I'm everywhere. It's not that I don't have a goal, but I got a lot of different goals that don't align, and that's a red flag to me. That you don't have a purpose.
You just trying to have your hand in a lot of stuff, but you don't have like, are you gonna eventually get this? Right. Or eventually buy this, or you gonna eventually upgrade your equipment? I mean,
that's true.
What are you trying to ultimately get to?
Yeah.
And that's a red flag for the men too, because a lot of ladies come into
really?
A lot of them come to the inbox with if you want to impress me, you can buy. I can buy what? I ain't buying it. Kyla ain't buying a dang thing until I know I'm secure.
Okay.
I ain't buying nothing.
The city girls.
Nathan. I ain't buying Nathan. You better ask somebody. I ain't buying Nathan. I would take you out, and go at the real courted way. But
you gotta have a little respect for the city girls. Though.
Okay.
They just, you know what I'm saying?
Like, they just
hustlers. Really.
Hey, I'm not mad at you.
They just doing what they need to do to get by.
Hey, get your money, baby. I say get your money. As long as you just don't sell your soul, get your money. Baby.
I don't care how you get your money. Just get your money.
Get your money. Invest it. You know what I'm saying? Double up, no double cup. You just double up. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, so number three.
Number three.
I would say a red flag is a guy that is super into himself. Like in a sense, not like, okay, spiritual, I'm in tune, I meditate,
A Farrakhan imposter. So he is into his goals, but see, I see a lot of guys that are real Afrocentric. They be like that.
Yes. Oh my God.
They got that. I'm so for the people, and I do stuff for the community. But you ain't did for nothing for the community.
Yes, you haven't. But you want to talk about what we should do.
You know how to plant and grow a garden, but you have no land that you own.
That part. That whole part.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just, I don't like anybody that is surface. You got to have some depth about you.
That's good.
Like,
that's
you
good.
can't
be
just
surface
be
level.
Surface and
that's the norm.
That's not good for me.
That's the norm.
Yeah.
No one can get you. You seem a little bit more bubbly. You can't have nobody like that.
No, I cannot.
Most definitely not.
I cannot.
But so we got into that. So we understood today. We learned about what is toxic, what a toxic person is, ill intent, trying to hurt you for no apparent reason at all. Somebody in the workplace, somebody in the generational curses. We talked about relationships, and then even parenting. That's a big thing.
On both sides. It is.
Co-parenting too. Co-parenting toxicity.
Yeah, co-parent can be.
That can be toxic.
Yeah, it's a heavy balance.
Yeah, you gotta. For anybody out there co-parenting, you guys gotta understand that if you co-parent toxic, the kids will then begin the curse.
Ooh.
They will begin the curse, and it starts with you.
It starts with you. Every single time I had to.
Right.
Oh, with that. Like it's so hard when you're getting into, you've actually got out of a toxic relationship, but you still have two toxic.
You still have, you're still attached.
Yeah, you're still attached. Like it's like, I want to let go, but you can't. And you have to be very, very careful. I think for me, it was always a very equal balance in a sense of, we had the same values and morals for what we wanted for our son, but when it came to just situations, you was just kind of like, it's different.
Yeah. I got to that point though.
Yeah.
I got to that point. It been times that I wasn't the best too. I mean, there been times that I was just being a-hole, asshole, just for no reason, just because I'm mad, like, hey, don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, you understand that in the end of the day, if everything is cool, calm and collective, you're able to have your relationship when you heal from that. You're able to move on. You're able to, the kids are happy, everybody's happy.
You're able to be a true generational curse breaker, opposed to passing that down onto your kids and they taking on that toxic behavior.
That's enough.
Because that's a lesson that they have to go through. Because if they don't address it, or you don't address it,
then it's gonna be then.
It's gonna happen.
Grow toes.
It's gonna happen. Yes.
Generational curses breaker.
What do you call them? Grow toast?
A grow toast.
Oh.
It's a grow toast. You just grew, yeah, because you grow every time you toast.
It's your podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just here.
Every time you toast, you grow.
Okay, grow toast.
So it's like something important. We just take a toast, you know?
Toast is grow? No.
Nah. It sounds like toes. Toes and grows.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, I got like a sip.
We go, yeah, okay.
I got nothing but a sip, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to act like I'm drinking a lot.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
That's
parenting, yeah, it is. It can be. And then not only that, but also within your parents, you have some stuff that they were just surviving.
Yeah, they was back in that time. Because our parents, you know, they was out there just surviving. They was out there doing what they was. And some of them was out there rolling stone.
Rolling a stone?
Rolling Stones.
Oh, Rolling Stones, yeah.
Rolling a stone? Yeah, they was skipping water, skipping pebbles. No,
but you know what? That's just their process of learning. Right. Their parents didn't address shit that was happening with them, so they had to cope in whatever way that they could cope.
They didn't know. They didn't know how to have. Some of them had parents in the field, you know.
So, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was some good stuff. I think we learned a lot today.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is a good podcast.
I think so.
You. Yeah.
I got a fist bump. There's a toast to it. That's the last toast.
Yes, a good toast.
A good toast. So
good toast.
All right, so you initiate this one.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to toast to?
Well, thank you for inviting me to your podcast. It was phenomenal. It was great. Awesome. I look forward to what you are going to do in Shreveport Bossier and the effect that you're going to have. So big up and toast to you. A good toast.
Thank you.
All right.
Good
thank
toast.
You.
I finished mine quite fast. Well, I thank you guys again. It's your host again, Colin, here with GoodWorksPro and the marvelous Yolanda. I appreciate you again having us in this wonderful home. Tune in again on YouTube at GoodWorksPro, also Instagram and Facebook, where we'll be going live and showing you some new updates, tips, and more to grow. See you guys later.